Salutes. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I am your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording early in the morning, also known as the voice of the streets on YouTube, aka Young Francis N.H. White, the most hated. What's poppin', peoples? How y'all doing out there? Y'all see the title, the LG story behind the scenes, what we didn't mention. This is the addendum. The addendum to the LG story behind the scenes, what we didn't mention, Keenan. Yeah, man, for those that don't know, this episode is going to be quick, straight to the point, and it's going to come with some controversy. If you know, you know. But for those that don't know, let me enlighten you. Keenan is an LG representative out of 456. So this is an addendum to the 456 episode, aka 450 Wit. Once again, this is an addendum to the 456 episode, aka 450 Wit, because I forgot to mention Keenan. So this is the addendum, Keenan. Once again, if you know, you know. And if you don't know, I'm going to enlighten you on who the little homie was. When I was in the street, once again, I left the streets in 92. When I left the streets, Keenan was a shorty. Keenan got to be anywhere between 3 and 4 years younger than me. Keenan is a shorty. Keenan had a cousin that came up with me. Shout out to my boy Ace Parker. Now, Ace is a year younger than me, so Keenan is younger than Ace. Now, Ace is younger than me, but Ace did come up in my generation. We played ball together. We ripped and ran the streets together, but Ace wasn't one of them out there wild motherfuckers. Ace is from 456 as well. But in the mid-'80s, Ace moved down to Grand Avenue. So he was both. He was doing the LG and Grand Avenue thing, but mostly the Grand Avenue thing, because that's where he moved. Keenan, being his little cousin, used to rip and run down there on Grand Avenue with him. But Keenan was in the projects going crazy in 456. He was a badass little kid. No bullshit. They were like oil and water because Ace just wanted to play some ball, chill out. I remember the early days before Ace moved to Grand. Ace in 456 Park all day, every day playing ball, hooping, getting his game on. You know what I'm saying? Ace was a point guard. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Ace. But anyway, Keenan was a shorty. So Keenan wasn't really out there when we was out there. Ace wasn't out there like that. But as I did my bid, I started to hear about Keenan being in the streets. And the first time I heard about it was when he caught a bid in the clique, CMB. Shout out to the crew. The crew was in green at the time. This is 9-5. Stack there. The other nigga, eBay. It's a bunch of them niggas there. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Stack. Free eBay. You know what I'm saying? LG got a little clique there. And Keenan is there as well. But Keenan wasn't fucking with the LG boys. He was fucking with Rab, rest in peace, and Big Head Wayne on them dudes, my guy, off of Grand Ave. So Keenan was running behind them niggas in green in 9-5. So, like I told you, he had a Grand Ave affiliate. His relationship and bond with Rab, personally, that I don't know too much of. But I have to say, it grew, and Green may have played a part in it. You know how when you be locked down with a motherfucker, and y'all together, y'all spending the yard, y'all politicking, and y'all click, y'all bond, y'all make plans for getting out, y'all both short. So maybe they did that, and in the future, they clicked. So that's 9-5 when they was in green. Like I said, in the future, they clicked. And before they clicked, the boy Keenan, like I said, he was out there. I'm researching some notes. He was out there doing what he do, right? And he had eventually got caught up in a body. Yeah, a body dropped in the hood. A famous body at that. That's why I say, you know what I'm saying, legendary shit was stamped on Keenan's name. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Shout out to Steph or Fulton Street, Little Steph. For those that did a lot of time behind the wall, early 80s, early late 80s, early late 90s. Y'all know the homie Steph. Rest in peace. Steph did a whole lot of time. And Steph was wild for the night. Steph was a Brooklyn representative off of Fulton Street. Little Steph. Steph name rung bells like 6 o'clock. I went to school with two of Steph's sisters, his younger sisters. I got to personally meet Steph in 01 in Auburn. And he eventually went home. And when Steph went home, they said Steph went home, he had his foot on the gas. He was running down on niggas. He was running down on that boy on Fulton Street, trying to tap them niggas' pockets about that Biggie money. You know what I'm saying? And the word was he was running down on a nigga, Rab hard body. That was the word. But Steph was out there running down on motherfuckers. And he became a threat. And like I said, he was from Fulton Street. And somehow he came up in LG with that shit. And he got left in LG. Rumor has it, you know what I'm saying? He got put down in one of the buildings. And I'm going to just read the article to you. This was posted April 12, 2005 by the NYPD Daily Blotter. This is pertaining to Keenan. When Steph got put down, they ran down on Keenan. This is one of the legendary incidents Keenan got pulled over for. He laid up. He took it to trial or it got dismissed, one or the other, but he was acquitted of all the charges. But this is the type of shit they was stamping on Keenan's name. I'm going to read y'all the article. A 27-year-old man was busted for shooting a man to death on a Bed-Stuy street 7 months ago. So they said he knocked him 7 months later. Keenan Parker, accused of shooting Steph Blakeney, rest in peace, Steph, who was 35 years old, in the head on Classen Avenue on September 11th. Wow, that's 9/11. Ain't that some shit? Blakeney, Steph, was pronounced dead at the scene where cops found 5 .25 caliber shell casings. So he got hit 5 times. Or the gun was fired 5 times, but he got hit in his head. Keenan Parker was arrested on Sunday after a witness picked him out of a lineup, authorities said. He has been charged with the murder and criminal possession of a weapon. Police yesterday identified a 27-year-old man who was shot to death on the heart. Oh, that was a different one. Yeah, that's Manhattan. But that was the Brooklyn blotter I read y'all about Keenan. So they pulled Keenan over 7 months later, talking about he put Steph down in LG on Classen Avenue on September 11th, 2005. But lo and behold, Keenan was eventually acquitted of those charges. So that's one thing they stamped on the little nigga name. And I'm like, damn, this little nigga Keenan out here wilding. So I don't know how long he laid up for that shit. But he came home. And once again, they said he was fucking with the boy Rab. Now, I don't know their relationship. I don't know if it was a good one or a bad one. But the legend has it, man, they said when it came to Rab and Keenan, Rab was kind of selfish to a fault. And it may have cost him his life. So once again, they flagged Keenan for another infamous and notorious body in the hood. They accused Keenan of putting Rab down. Now, when they say he put Rab down, somebody was on the scene. They testified, they pointed him out, they testified on him. The person was related to the boy Hardhead Eric. That shit turned into shit with Keenan and Hardhead Eric in the joint. Hardhead was gangbanging. Rab was Muslim, and it just got crazy for Keenan. Now, me thinking Keenan's still a shorty. I don't know how this shit playing out because I ain't seen Keenan since 91. I left the street in 92, but I ain't seen Keenan since 91. So it's 2005, 2006, it's 2007, 2008. Because he Rab out 07 maybe. So this two years after Steph Rab died. So it's 07. I don't know if Keenan can hold this shit down, but lo and behold, the little nigga in the joint going crazy. He going bonkers. He beefing with the Bloods. He beefing with the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? He ain't leaving no rocks unturned. He answering all bells. And I'm like, oh shit, this little nigga doing it. So as the years go by, you just hear how Keenan going through it in the penitentiary. But then you also hear how him and Hardhead was going at it. You know what I'm saying? And I know both of them from the hood, so that was kind of like, damn, what the fuck? They was going through it. Did I run into Hardhead? I think I ran into Hardhead. I might have ran into Hardhead late, and he was explaining that shit to me, man. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, I think I ran into Hardhead and downstate or some shit. And he was trying to explain that shit to me, and I was like, yo, that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I came home. I came home late 2014, and I caught a violation in 17. And on my way home from my violation, I stopped in downstate. So I'm stopped in downstate on my way to Queensboro. I'm on my way home. And I come through downstate. I see an old time I know they Big Lou. Shout out to Big Lou. Free Big Lou. Big Lou funny nigga. Big Lou was in Shawanga with me back in 2000 on my first Shawanga trip. So I run into Big Lou. He like, yo, Foot, what up? Oh, shit, yo, Lou, you still big? He like, yeah, man, knocking down these years. I'm like, yo, I'm on a violation. I'm on my way back home. And the nigga said, yo, what fruit is that you talking to? So Lou looked at him and said, yo, that's fruit from Brooklyn. So Keenan was like, yo, that's fruit from LG. Yo, Fruit, what's up? Now, he automatically thought I recognized him, which I didn't. I ain't seen this kid since he was probably 12. He a grown man now. And he in and out of boxes, full grown bed. He bugging. He like, Fruit, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up, homie? He like, yo, you know who you talking to? I'm like, nah. He like, this Keenan. I'm like, oh, shit, Keenan. And he immediately, you know, Big Fruit, loyal to a fault. I want to know what's good. You good? Like, I know you going through it. What's popping? He like, nah, nigga, I'm great. Like, they know what time it is, son. Like, it is what it is. I'm like, oh, okay. So we got to talk from bullpen to bullpen for a minute before he got on the bus. You know what I'm saying? The conversation we had, I will not divulge. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't agree with the conversation. You know what I mean? I didn't agree with it at all. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you sure? He was giving me some shit that I wasn't comfortable with. And it's some shit I ain't going to repeat on YouTube. But I told him, you can't be saying shit like that. But he was like, fuck that. It is what it is. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, they accused Keenan of two notorious bodies in the hood, son. The OG and the big homie Steph. That was crazy. And then the boy Rab. The streets say Keenan and Rab, it was some friction there. So Keenan, you know what I'm saying, more or less like he put him down in front of people. And they said, yo, he did it right in front of us, like type shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. But free Keenan, rest in peace, Steph, and rest in peace to Rab. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I was going to get straight to the meat and potatoes with Keenan because it wasn't much I could say other than that because he was a child when I left the street. And he came out his shell, you know what I'm saying, from doing the first bid in green in 9-5 to actually being behind the wall to this present day for a body that he beefing with niggas about Muslims, Bloods, all types of shits, and he holding it down, you know what I'm saying? So he is an LG representative out of 456 that need to be mentioned, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't going to forget Keenan, you know what I'm saying? So once again, free Keenan. You know what I mean? But like I said, the LG story behind the scenes, what we didn't mention, keeps rolling. Because I just gave y'all Keenan, right? But up next, I got a surprise for you. I got Baby Boy. Yeah, my boy Fonz, a.k.a. Baby Boy, one of CMB's finest and one of CMB's original members, has agreed to let me do his story. But his story will be done not about the hoopla, not about the shooting and banging and the hurt and pain, none of that. It's going to be about this young man becoming from a boy to a man and proved why he was the youngest in charge when he was in CMB, because his story is immaculate and the things he's doing in the community is crazy. And we're going to talk about him. We really going to talk about his humanitarianism, you know what I'm saying? His philanthropism. He out there doing it. Did I pronounce the word right? I tried to get it off as fast as I could. He out there doing things. He being very active in the community. Ever since the boy got knowledge himself, He's been doing nothing but making power moves. So shout out to Baby Boy. His story's up next. For those that know, you know what it's hitting for. But like I said, this one right here is for Keenan. This is Keenan, 456, aka 450 Whip. Yeah, we couldn't forget Keenan. You understand what I'm saying? So once again, it's your boy Big Fruit, representing the Real Big Fruit podcast. I am the voice of the streets, and I am Young Francis M.H. White, the most hated on YouTube. Until next time, salute.